This is the Longhorn Army ammunition plant that was built, I believe, in 1943. And the purpose of this plant was to make ammunition, explosives, and things like that for World War II to fund to support the war effort during World War II. I don't know. For sure, it'd be a big problem. I don't know if we'd be able to live there. Might be in a situation where you kind of have to just flee the country, leave everything behind, maybe lose everything you had there. Look at the way these trees look, Liam. They're kind of gray colored.
It looks like haunted
this time of year, and then summertime they're green. Think it looks haunted? I think you could go all the way through. He made it. Maybe I'll take your picture there. That's a nice view. So yeah, it's our first time down here. Caddo Lake State Park. Just gotta watch out for gators. There's some around, but I don't think there's that many. Park ranger checking on us. You guys ready to eat? Whatever you do, don't start without me. Too late. What do you have? Dorito, and Mommy's got Pringles. Alright, let's eat some lunch. I'm hungry. Hungry, Liam?
Yes.
Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. We'd love to have new subscribers. We came down from Oklahoma and we're staying down here in Marshall, Texas, just about 30 minutes from where we are today. And where we're gonna walk around, tour around this place here today, and we'll show you where we're at. The place where we're at today is right by Caddo Lake State Park in Texas, and we wanted to come here today and tour an old military facility. It's actually government owned but privately operated, I believe. This is the Longhorn Army ammunition plant that was built, I believe, in 1943. And the purpose of this plant was to make ammunition, explosives, and things like that for World War II to fund to support the war effort during World War II. This place was, I think Lyndon Johnson, as a senator, kind of helped bring this plant to Texas and to this specific location. His wife, Lady Bird Johnson, her hometown is the next town over, or I believe this might be located within that town. But this place is really big. We're doing a kind of a drive-through tour, and there's certain spots you can stop at and look at the different remnants of some of the buildings. So we're going to just stop off occasionally and walk through some of the buildings and show it to you guys. We thought it's pretty interesting, so we'll do a walk around, show you some of the what's left of this place. Guess you could probably spend a few days in here, still not see everything. But we're doing what they call the auto tour, where you just drive through and it kind of brings you around to a lot of the buildings. You can get out and walk through them and check them out. So this is one of the first stops we came to. You can see where some of the walls and stuff are already missing. You guys want to walk through here? Come on. It's fine. I don't know what exactly this building was. Just a series of small rooms, but you'll notice very thick walls. Very thick. So probably a storage area, maybe. But at one time, back in the 1940s, there was a lot of activity going on here. You notice how thick all the walls are, Liam?
Yeah, because bombs.
Because just in case they have an accidental explosion or something like that. And this is now, I think, part of a wildlife refuge. So they're just kind of leaving it open to the public to walk around and look at. And parts of it's fenced off. And as you can see, the forest is starting to take over. At some point, this will all be gone. Should I fly my drone through there? So we'll get the drone out. It is kind of strange being out here, though. It's really quiet. And wait, I gotta unlock the truck. Huh? Birds, yeah, you can hear the birds. But since we've been out here, we haven't seen another vehicle or another person. Only when we entered.
Driving down the road that I grew up on once again. It's when I pass your door, the memories come back again. Pictures of us flooding back just like a wave. Makes me wonder what happened, what you're up to today. Remember when we stole your mother's car, we drove for days. Teenagers with too many feelings and rage.
But like I said, this place just goes on forever, it seems like. Huge facility at one time. And there's a whole bunch of little buildings everywhere, like these. Kind of hard to see, but there's a whole row of these buildings down through here. Maybe somebody can tell us exactly what some of these were used for. But there's several of these have these little, like a window on the back. The sign's really hard to read. It says something about explosives, safety limits. So maybe these are just little storage buildings all down through here. But there's several roads off the main road that are closed, not really drivable, overgrown, and like this one has a bunch of trees laying across it. But you can walk back in here pretty easily. So like here, they just have rows of these buildings, several of them down through here. And then the same thing on the other side. There's several more on that side, just kind of lining this road. And just an interesting part of World War II history here in Texas, and American history, Texas history. I had a subscriber ask me the other day, Cecile and I thought it was pretty interesting, asking about one of our videos about our home there, what we would do if the Chinese invaded the Philippines with all the Ukraine and Russia stuff going on right now. A lot of people are thinking that China may be planning to attack Taiwan in the very near future. And if they did something like that, things escalated with all the tensions between China and the Philippines lately, you know, I guess there is some possibility of something like that, a Chinese invasion of the Philippines, but not really something I ever think about. But Cecile and I were actually talking about that the other day. So when we got that comment, we thought that was kind of odd. For sure it'd be a big problem. I don't know if we'd be able to live there. Might be in a situation where you kind of have to just flee the country, leave everything behind, maybe lose everything you had there. So I guess that's a real possibility. Just kind of wondering if that's on other people's minds there, homeowners, people who kind of, maybe you're renting but you've kind of built a life there, don't have plans to ever leave. What do you think about the possibility of something like that happening, and what do you think that would mean to you? How would that affect you? I really don't know. I don't know if the possibility of that is very high, and I don't really know what that would look like. What would a Chinese invasion of a country like that, like the Philippines, what would that involve? What would life be like there for everybody? And then would the United States have to get involved? My guess is yes. So you know, you could possibly be living there during a worldwide war, maybe World War III. But you kind of think about people who lived there through World War II and the terrible things that they experienced at the hands of the Japanese. So yeah, it's definitely something to think about and something to consider, especially in these days. Foreign leaders feeling a little bit more empowered these days, thinking some countries such as the United States maybe are in a little bit weaker position. Okay, so acid storage vat. That's what it looked like February 1944. And then now all that's left is the stands that these sat on. And then this is building 802D, a bi-nitrate house where raw materials were mixed in batches. Got this one locked. Might be some raccoons. It is surprisingly quiet out here. Like I said, it's a really large area and it's just full of these empty buildings. There's some good shelves. I wouldn't mind having those in my garage. This looks like it held some kind of tank also, maybe. See, the top of those are curved. Maybe a tank laid in there. Pretty good row of those right there. Still standing after all these years. So when you come in here, you've got an option of doing the auto tour, which is just driving around kind of the big loop, and it takes you to all these main areas of the plant. But you'll see a lot of hiking trails you can take if somebody wanted to do a lot of walking. We didn't really want to do too much walking, and I couldn't even tell you what's out on those hiking trails, if there's much to see or not. Seems like you can probably drive to most of the interesting places out here. But yeah, like I was talking about before, about China and Taiwan, Russia and Ukraine, all that stuff, kind of got people thinking a little bit about what if scenarios. So maybe some of you have some good insight and knowledgeable opinions about that, because I'm sure it's on people's mind a little bit. So one time this was a busy place. I imagine a lot of people working out here, a lot of trucks and equipment running around, trying to get this stuff manufactured and sent out to the troops wherever they happen to be fighting the war. And now it's a wildlife preserve. So it started out as just a place for the animals to live and run around, and now it's been given back to them. We just had to borrow it for a little while. If we wouldn't have all these deer and raccoons and squirrels running around here, probably be speaking German right now. So we just had to use it for a little while, and then now we've given it back to him. I'm going to get the drone up, see if I can fly around some of this stuff. There's a lot of trees. So you got to be careful flying the drone, but found some kind of some kind of old well or something here. Goes back down underneath. Looks like that's what all these are down through here. One of them still has the cap hanging on. Yeah, there's a few of them here still have the caps on them. I don't know, maybe that's like an overflow or something. These are the supports for those tanks, the acid tanks. Pretty decent shape still. They were built to last. Yeah, it's not every day you come across an old Army ammunition plant that's been abandoned. I don't know exactly when they stopped using this, but I know it was built for the purpose of World War II ammunition manufacturing. Still traces of it here. Some people walk around a place like this and probably think it ain't much of anything, but to me it's interesting to look at places like this and think about the history and the purpose it served, and the importance of a place like this at one time. And then to be able to just come out here and walk around it and see what remains of it. Try to kind of imagine what it was in its heyday. Pretty interesting to some people. Well, I'll try to work my way back towards the truck and get the drone up. See what kind of footage I can get from over here. So, like I said, leave your opinions in the comment section. And, you know, it's not really something I've thought about too much. And I guess you really can't think about that stuff too much, because who knows what the future might hold. And I'm kind of more of a live your life type person and don't worry too much about what the future may hold, and hope for the best, I guess. So some of you might have some good opinions about that you can share with us. So thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. We'll see you on the next video. And stay tuned for some drone footage if you'd like to see that.
We thought our dream would take us so far, but after a week or so it all just fell apart. But we were higher than the ceiling, middle fingers to the sky. I remember thinking if I only could stop the time right now. Way back when we didn't care what they said, people could stare, I didn't give a damn, 'cause I was being next to you. Way back when we didn't care what they said, people could stare, I didn't give a damn, 'cause all I needed was my friend way back.